Hello students, myself Dr. Sucharita Bhattacharya from Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, Kolkata, the subject teacher of physics, is welcoming you in my lecture series on classical optics for Physics 1. I am delivering the lecture session for first semester BTech course, and the streams for which I am delivering the lecture session are Computer Science and Engineering, Information Technology, and Food Technology. Today I am starting the lecture 4. Now you all know that for few lessons, last few sessions rather, I am considering the module 2, that is the classical optics of physics 1. And more specifically, we are doing right now the submodule 2.01 in the form of interference. Now, today it is the last session on interference. So in today's lesson plan, I will discuss with you few multiple choice questions in continuation with my lesson 2, and then I will go for the problem solution on interference. Some typical interference problems I am going to discuss today. Okay, now let us come to the multiple choice questions. In Newton's ring experiment, the diameter of a dark ring is 0.32 centimeter when the wavelength of the used light is 6000 angstrom. What would be the diameter of that ring when the wavelength of the light used is 5000 angstrom? In the last class, we have discussed the relationship between the diameter and the wavelength, and from there we got the idea that dn is proportional to square root of 4n lambda r. Exactly dn equal to square root of 4n lambda r by mu, but here no mu we are considering because medium is not there. That means we are talking about mu to be 1. That means dn proportional to square root of lambda, because 4n r everything is constant here. Now just take a look in the problem. The diameter is given of a dark ring. That means reflected system, diameter of dark ring, the formula I already mentioned, and the wavelength is 6000 angstrom. Now what about the same diameter if the wavelength is 5000 angstrom? That means dn by dn prime equal to square root of lambda by lambda prime. So three data are given. You can find out the next diameter, that is dn prime. The answer will come out as 0.2921. You can check it. Out of these four options, this is the correct option. Let us now come to the second question. Newton's rings are formed by reflection in the air film with radius of curvature of convex lens as 50 centimeter. That means capital R is given. If the diameter of third bright ring is 0.181 centimeter and that of 23rd bright ring is 0.501 centimeter, obtain the wavelength. There are four options. Now, what about the working formula? In the last class, we have already discussed that dn plus p square minus dn square equal to 4p lambda r. Now, just take a look. Capital R is given here. Now, third ring, so it is D3, and 23rd ring, that means it is D23. So, what about P? That will be 20. And both diameters are given, so you can find out that. And lambda you have to obtain. It is also very easy. Just by putting the data in the formula, you can get it. Now, mind it, these type of MCQs which may come in the form of direct formula type, they may carry more than 1 marks. Okay, these are multiple choice questions, but maybe 2 to 3 marks can be given here because you have to calculate it by putting the data in the working formula. But these are direct straight formula put questions. Clear? Now, the central fringe in Newton's ring experiment with a polychromatic light in a reflected system is dark, bright, colored white. In the last class, we have discussed that if it is the case of polychromatic even, for reflected system, the central one is always dark. The central one is always dark. So answer will be dark. Don't be confused with the colored one, because after the dark center, there will be the colored rings in the form of bright rings. Okay. Next question. Newton's ring phenomena is an example of fringes of equal width or constant thickness, division of amplitude. Fringes of equal width or constant thickness, division of wave front. Fringes of equal inclination, division of amplitude. Fringes of equal inclination, division of wave front. We already have seen that Newton's ring examples of equal width or constant thickness as well as division of amplitude. Naturally, the option A will be the correct one. Next question. In Young's double slit experiment, if one slit is covered with black opaque paper, fringes will be narrower, fringes will be darker, fringes will be broader, no fringe observed, only uniform illumination is visible. In the class on Young's double slit experiment, it was already discussed that out of the two coherent sources S1 and S2, if one is covered, then you will not get any fringe pattern, only uniform illumination will be observed. So option D will be the correct one. Okay. Now come to question number 6. In Newton's ring experiment, the diameter of bright rings are proportional to odd natural number, square root of natural number, square root of odd natural number, square of the natural numbers. Obviously, square root of odd natural number, in the last class, we have seen that in case of bright rings, be careful about the question. If it is the case of dark ring, then it should be square root of natural number. But for bright ring, it is square root of odd natural number. Question number 7. In Young's double slit experiment, coherent waves are produced by division of amplitude, division of wave front, refraction, dispersion. Obviously, division of wave front is the correct answer for Young's double slit experiment. Stokes' law. Stokes' law represents that light waves reflected from denser medium suffers a phase change of pi by 2. Light waves reflected from denser medium suffers a phase change of lambda by 2. Light waves reflected from rarer medium suffers a phase change of pi by 2. Light waves reflected from rarer medium suffers a phase change of pi. We have seen in the last class that in case of light waves reflected from rarer medium, no phase change occurs or Stokes' law results is applicable. Only for denser medium, Stokes' law results we used to consider. And there, the denser medium, when backed by denser medium, the reflected ray suffers a phase change of pi by 2. Naturally, option A will be the correct answer. So, in case of multi-options, the marks for MCQ may be more than 1, and in case of short problems, definitely the MCQ marks may be 1, more than 1. Okay, so I think you are understanding how the MCQ questions can be set, and so far as the broad questions are concerned, in the lesson plan, I already am mentioning in each and every lesson, so things are quite clear to you, I think. Let us now come to the problem parts. Look at the first problem. Distance between coherent sources is 0.4 millimeter and the screen is 75 centimeter from the sources. Third dark fringe is 0.5 centimeter from central bright fringe. Find the wavelength and the distance of the fifth bright fringe from central bright fringe. So what are given? Distance between coherent sources, that means small d, It is in millimeter. Be careful about the unit. And the screen is 75 centimeter from the sources. That means it is capital D. So small d is 0.4 millimeter, means it is 0.04 centimeter. Capital D is 75 centimeter. Now, third dark fringe is 0.5 centimeter from central bright fringe. Find the wavelength and the distance of fifth bright fringe. Now, x, that is the distance of the third dark fringe, is given as 0.5 centimeter. Now, so far as the conditions for dark and the bright fringes are concerned, we know that in terms of path difference, we express them. The path difference equal to xd by d. For dark fringe or dark band, it is written as odd multiple of lambda by 2. That means 2n plus minus 1 lambda by 2. Now, if you consider the dark one, it is better to take the minus sign, because in that case for third dark band, you can directly put n equal to 3. You can do the problem with 2n plus 1. In that case, n will be equal to 2. So be careful about this point, because at the center there will be always bright. So n equal to 0 doesn't represent the 0 dark or central dark. Okay, n equal to 0 in the formula with plus 1 represent the first dark. So it is better to consider 2n minus 1 formula, where you can put n equal to 3. Now, this x is given 0.5 centimeter, d is given 0.04 centimeter, the unit has been changed, then it is capital D, that is 75. Now 2n minus 1, so 2 into 3 minus 1 means 5 lambda by 2. From here, very easily you can obtain the wavelength, that will come out as 1.06 into 10 to the power minus 4 centimeter. Now first part is done, that find the wavelength. Then the distance of the fifth bright fringe from central bright fringe. Now again path difference formula we are using, xd by d. Now it is a bright one. So in place of odd multiple, here it is even multiple of lambda by 2. So 2 will cancel out. And for n equal to 5, you are asked to find out the distance x. So simply put here dn lambda by d, n equal to 5. And other data already given, and lambda value you found out. You will get very easily the distance of the fifth bright fringe from the central one. Okay. So things are not at all difficult, but you have to identify the proper formula, the way you can do it. Now move to the second question, that is rather second problem. In Young's double slit experiment, the width obtained is 0.6 centimeter when the wavelength of light is 4800 angstrom. The fringe width, that is beta, is 0.6 centimeter when the wavelength is 4800 angstrom. If the distance between the screen and the slit is reduced to half, that means capital D is now D by 2, what should be the wavelength of light used to obtain fringes 0.0045 meter wide? Previously it was 0.6 centimeter, now it is 0.0045 meter wide, and the wavelength you are asked to find out if the distance between the screen and the slit is reduced to half. So how to do the problem? Let us take a look. Now we know the formula for the fringe width, that is beta equal to d lambda by d. Then fringe width changes, so it will be beta prime equal to d prime lambda prime by d. We are not changing small d here because no data is provided here. Small d means it is remaining same. Now let us come here. Beta is given, lambda is given, d prime, that means the second case, it is reduced to d by 2. You are asked to find out lambda prime. So let us do one thing. Let us take the ratio. Beta by beta prime. We will get d lambda by d prime lambda prime. Now d prime equal to d by 2 and lambda value is given. beta by beta prime already given. So from there, you can find out very easily lambda prime value. It will come out as 7200 angstrom. Problem is easy again, but you have to logically represent the problem with proper formula. So I hope you understood it very easily, isn't that? Let us now come to the problem number 3. In Young's experiment, the width of the fringe obtained, again fringe width problem, width of the fringe obtained with light of wavelength 6000 angstrom is 2 millimeter. What will be the fringe width if the entire apparatus is immersed in a liquid of refractive index 1.33? Just take a look at the statement of the problem. Very, very interesting. In Young's experiment, the width of the fringe obtained with light of wavelength is 6000 angstrom. Wavelength 6000 angstrom is 2 millimeter. What will be the fringe width if the entire apparatus is immersed in a liquid of refractive index 1.33? So given data, in all problems you will first write the given data. That is beta equal to 2 millimeter, lambda equal to 6000 angstrom, beta prime you are asked to find out provided beta changes when you are using the liquid of refractive index 1.33 in place of free space or air whose mu is given like this. Now we know that mu equal to c by v, where c is the velocity of light in free space and v is in the material medium. Now we are dividing both numerator and denominator by nu. Nu is the frequency. That means we are getting lambda by lambda prime. So mu equal to lambda by lambda prime, where lambda is the wavelength in free space or air and lambda prime is the wavelength in the liquid. So lambda prime equal to lambda by mu. Lambda prime equal to lambda by mu. Now beta equal to d lambda by d and beta prime equal to d lambda prime by d. Because other things are remaining same. The entire apparatus is immersed in a liquid. Only lambda will change because velocity of light changes in a medium. So what we are getting? Beta by beta prime equal to lambda by lambda prime equal to mu, because lambda prime equal to lambda by mu. So basically beta by beta prime equal to mu means beta prime equal to beta by mu. Now what about beta? Beta is given as 2 millimeter. So mu is given as 1.33. So let us get it as 1.55 millimeter. That means fringe width decreases in the liquid compared to the free space or air. If you consider with the same apparatus the fringe width value, it will be lesser in the liquid. Mind it, questions may be asked here. In place of this type of problems, questions may also be asked here. That what about the fringe width if you immerse it in a liquid? Immerse the Young's experiment setup in liquid. I think you are understanding it. Actually, directly you can write it that lambda prime equal to lambda by mu. But since you are not, may not be all of you are familiar with the formula, that's why I have done the derivation too, and then I have shown in the data, I have used the same formula in the data to get the value of fringe width. Okay. Now let us come to question number, other problem number 4. In a double slit arrangement, a strong green light of wavelength 5460 angstrom is used. The slits are 0.01 centimeter apart and the screen is placed 20 centimeter away. What is the angular position of the first minima? What is the angular position of the first minima? The problem is set in a different way. Let us first consider the data what are given. Wavelength of a green light. So lambda green equal to 5460 angstrom. The separation between the slits 0.01 centimeter. and the slit screen separation is 20 centimeter. You are asked to find out the theta 1 minimum. That means the angular position of the first minima. Actually, minima means both sides since we used to get, that's why it is asked that angular position you have to find out. Now, how to draw it? Just take a look. S1 and S2 are the two slits. Separation between them is small d, and this is the screen, and slit screen separation is capital D. And this is the way how interference fringe pattern is obtained in the form of alternating maxima and minima in Young's double slit experiment. Now, this is the central bright. Okay. So, this is first minima. Similarly, this is first minima. Now, what about the angular position of first minima? Obviously, with respect to the baseline. So, from here, if you draw a line connecting this first minima, the corresponding angle from this position of central maximum will give you theta first minima. Similarly, here theta first minimum exactly. Both are there. That's why first minima is considered. Clear? Now, path difference expression we know that is dx by d, and since it is the case of minima, we are considering 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. You can consider 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. In that case, n will be 0. But since I am considering 2n minus 1, so I have taken n equal to 1 for first minima, and x is the linear distance of the first minimum with respect to the position of central maximum, that is x. Okay. Now, d is given here, x you don't know, capital D is given, 2n is given, lambda value is already given. So, get the value of lambda. Lambda value is given, I'm sorry, get the value of x. So D given, capital D given, n given, lambda given, get the value of x. X will come out as 0.0546 centimeter. That means linear separation is 0.0546 centimeter. Capital D is given, you are asked to find out theta. So what about the corresponding formula? Obviously tan theta equal to x by d, tan theta equal to x by d. So let us put the value, x value you found out already, capital D is given, and you will find out theta 1 minimum in radian as 0.00273. Actually, you will get from here tan theta, since it is very small, so we can write tan theta minimum nearly equal to theta minimum, and you will get theta 1 minimum, rather the first position, first minima. That's why we are getting this value, mind it in radian, because everything is given in the length unit, that is in centimeter. Okay. Something different. Problem is a little bit different, but I hope you understood it. Isn't that? Next question. A source emits light of wavelength 5896 angstrom and 5890 angstrom. What amount of path difference be increased so that a bright fringe for wavelength 5896 angstrom coincides with a dark fringe for wavelength 5890 angstrom? So once bright fringe for one wavelength will coincide with dark fringe for other wavelength, and for that purpose you have to introduce a path difference in between the two sources of light. So how to do that? Let us consider that the path difference which you are introducing or increasing, that is x. Okay, path difference what is increasing is x. So under this condition it is told that once maximum, one wavelength maximum will coincide with other wavelengths minimum. So this is the condition of maximum, this is the condition of minimum in terms of path difference. Clear? Now it is mentioned bright fringe for wavelength 5896. That means with 2n, this is the condition of brightness in terms of path difference. lambda will be 5896. And with a dark fringe for wavelength 5890. Now 5890, we are considering 2n plus 1. Look here, you may consider 2n minus 1 too, because that is also the condition of minimum. But in this particular question, it is said that dark with smaller wavelength must coincide with bright of larger wavelength. So in that case, compared to 5896, 5890 is smaller. That means with this 5890, you have to associate the bigger one. Otherwise, it can never be an equation. With 2n, it is the bigger value or larger value. With 2n plus 1, it is the smaller value. Then only you will get the finite value of n, the order for which it will happen. The n will come out as more than 490. 490.83. So in which order this is possible? This is possible in 491 order. Now what is asked to find out? That which path difference increase will satisfy these conditions. You got the order? Now which path difference increase? That means x equal to 2n lambda by 2 you can write, or you can write x equal to 2n plus 1 lambda prime by 2. Any one you can use. N value is now known, lambda value is given, you can find out x. If you try with this one, no harm, you will get the same answer because n will be 491. In that case, lambda prime will be 5890. You will get the same answer. So very, very different problem at the same time, very interesting one. I hope so, and I think you are also understanding the same thing. Next one. A double slit is illuminated by light containing two wavelengths of 450 into 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter and 600 into 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter. So, double slit problem, but the light source with which you are working, it contains two wavelengths. One is 450 into 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter and the other is 600 into 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter. What is the lowest order at which a maximum of one wavelength will fall exactly on a minimum of the other? What is the lowest order? That means in the last problems n, up to n you have to find out, but here it is not mentioned which wavelength will be associated with which order, because it is written as at which a maximum of one wavelength will fall exactly on a minimum of the other. Let us take a look. Here also the path difference is same. So the formula is also similar. 2n lambda by 2 equal to 2n plus 1, say lambda 2 by 2. It is lambda 1 by 2, it is lambda 2 by 2. Now 2n and it is 2n plus 1. Naturally, with larger factor, you have to associate smaller wavelength. That means 450 into 10 to the power minus 7. Okay? And with smaller factor, that is 2n, you have to associate the larger wavelength. That means 600. And from there, you can solve it very easily. You are getting n to be equal to 1.5. What is asked? That what is the lowest order at which this happens? Lowest order is more than 1, because order can never be fraction. It is 1.5. Even it comes out as 1.4, you have to write the lowest order is 2 because it is more than 1. If you try with 2n minus 1, what will happen? You can try with 2n minus 1. In that case, with 2n minus 1, you will associate 600 into 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter, and with 2n, you will associate 450 into 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter. The basic idea is that product of two quantities will be equal. So with smaller one, you will associate the larger one, and with larger one, you will associate the smaller one. then your answer will come automatically because thing is logical. Okay. Next question. Now it is the Newton's ring problem. Diameter of 10th dark ring in Newton's ring experiment is 0.5 centimeter in reflected system. That means D10. It is given as 0.5 centimeter. Calculate the thickness of the air film at that position. That means T, the thickness of the air film, and also the radius of curvature of the lens. That means capital R. So wavelength is given here as 5.9 into 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter. So what are given that we have to use. So first thing is that you are asked to find out the thickness of the air film. Twice mu t equal to n lambda, the condition for minimum in the reflected system. In the last class we have learned it. So twice mu t equal to n lambda, that is the condition of minimum. From here the thickness we can find out very easily, n lambda by twice mu. Now n is given as 10, lambda value is given 2, and mu. Mu, it is air film mentioned, so mu will be 1. You can find out very easily the thickness. Actually, these type of problems may come in the form of MCQ because this is the direct formula problem. Just put the data, you will get it. Clear? Now, what about the second one? Second one, radius of curvature of the lens you are asked to find out. Now, reflected system minimum, dn square equal to 4n lambda r, as air film is considered, so mu equal to 1. You are asked to find out r equal to dn square by 4n lambda. So, dn value is given 0.5 centimeter, 4n is 10 and lambda is given. So, get the value of r, that is 105.93 centimeter. Okay. Next question. In Newton's ring experiment, diameter of 10th dark ring changes from 1.4 centimeter in air to 1.2 centimeter when a liquid is introduced between the lens and the plate. Calculate the refractive index of the liquid. In the last class, we have seen that in liquid, the ring system is found to be contracted. Here the problem is set accordingly. Let us take a look. So what is given? That is D10 equal to 1.4 centimeter and D10 prime. That means in a liquid of refractive index mu, it is 1.2 centimeter. Now D10 square by D10 prime square equal to mu. Because we have seen that dn square proportional to, what about dn square proportional to 1 by mu. Okay. Now 1 by mu d10, in case of d10 it is 1, in case of d prime 10 it is 1 by mu. So 1 by mu means mu will go up, but mind it, these are squares. Very careful. dn squares, if you don't use square, your answer will not come. What is the value of mu? 1.361. Question is very easy, but you have to correctly write the formula. I am repeating time and again. Be careful at this point. And so what theoretically you got in the last class, now in the form of problem it is said, it is also a type of application. Mind it. Okay. Now, in Newton's ring experiment, what will be the order of the dark ring which will have double the diameter of that of 20th dark ring? Wavelength of incident light is 5890 angstrom. In Newton's ring experiment, what will be the order of the dark ring? Let it be N, which will have double the diameter of the 20th dark ring. Wavelength of incident light is given. So, this is the given condition that dn, the unknown order, will be 2 times d20, double the diameter of 20th dark ring. Now, what about the formula for dn square root of 4n lambda r. It is not dn square. According to the question, be careful. So 2 times d20. So 4n, n means 20, lambda r. So simply we will square. So you will get the value. Both sides you are getting square root. So take square and get the answer. Very easy one. Now look here. Newton's ring experiment is performed with reflected light of wavelength 5700 angstrom using a plano-convex lens and a plain glass plate. You know that. What would be the observation when the glass plate is moved away from the lens along its axis by 10 to the power minus 5 meter? This problem is something different. Newton's ring experiment is performed with reflected light of wavelength 5700 angstrom using a plano-convex lens and a plain glass plate. What would be the observation when the glass plate is moved away from the lens along its axis by 10 to the power minus 5 meter? Let us first take a look at the diagram. This is the situation we know. This is the plain glass plate and this is the plano-convex lens. Normally, they are kept in direct contact. That means at this point equal to 0. Now it is told that you remove the, or rather move the glass plate away from the lens. That means it will move away from the lens along its axis. So, by which amount? 10 to the power minus 5 meter. So, what will happen? What would be the observation when the glass plate is moved along the axis by 10 to the power minus 5 meter from the lens? So, this is the value of wavelength given. Okay, 5700 angstrom, and the distance it is mentioned as 10 to the power minus 5 meter. Now, look here. These are the two conditions of maxima and minima in case of the reflected system. It is mentioned as reflected system. And even if nothing is mentioned in the question, always consider reflected system because that is the more common one, because contrast is better in reflected system than in transmitted system. That was mentioned in the last class. Now, twice mu t equal to 2n plus minus 1 lambda by 2 is the condition of maximum, and twice mu t equal to 2n lambda by 2 is the condition of minimum. Now just take a look at the right hand side. In between the maximum and minimum, there is a change of 1 lambda by 2 in the path difference. There is a change of 1 lambda by 2 in the path difference. That means if path difference changes by 1 lambda by 2, one dark ring at the center shifts to the one bright ring. Isn't that? Because in reflected system at the center, we used to get the dark ring. Now, if path difference changes by 1 lambda by 2, there will be a shift of one dark ring to a shift to one bright ring. Clear? So, if path difference changes by 10 to the power minus 5 meter, 10 to the power minus 5 meter, because you are shifting it, you are moving it, means path difference is changing. So, if path difference changes by 10 to the power minus 5 meter, number of dark rings shifts at the center. What will be that? 2 by lambda, because if path difference changes by lambda by 2, then there is a shift of one dark ring to bright. If it changes by 1, then it will be 2 by lambda, simple unitary method. And if path difference changes by 10 to the power minus 5 meter, number of dark rings shifts at the center 2 by lambda into 10 to the power minus 5. Now be careful at this point, it is metered. So your lambda expression must be in meter. Otherwise, it should not be a number because that should cancel out. So express lambda in meter, that is 5700 into 10 to the power minus 10. Be careful about the units in optics problem. Okay. So you will get the answer to be equal to 35.08. That means 35 number of rings shifted at the center from dark one. Okay. So there will be shifts of dark rings of 35 in number at the center. In this case, we are not considering it is 36 because it is 35 point something, not the next one shifted. The whole number you have to consider. How many shifted? That is 35 shifted. So these are the different type of problems on interference, and I think you got the message that different problems are set in different way. Some portions are similar but others are different, and each and every one is different from the other. So these are different types of typical problems. What you are getting, how to solve them, you understood. So I hope you are getting this chapter in very good shape, because all the typical questions and the topics in the form of contents is discussed in detail, and the different broad questions as well as MCQs as well as different type of problems I already mentioned and showed you. So I hope you all can understand the things and you will learn it very easily. Okay. So thank you students for your cooperation. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.